Welcome back. Video number 2 in this series. I want to start and talk about the Yamas and the very first of the Yamas. And by the way, what I'm doing here is not trying to tell you what these things mean. I'm trying to show you how I'm trying to work out what I think these things might mean. And if I'm suggesting you do that work yourself, and if you're doing it well, you're probably going to have very different ideas from what I have, maybe contrary ideas. And I can be really maybe stimulating to you, and then I'll sell you what I think this first one is, and you're going to go, what? I don't think that's right. And that's a perfect response. So now you go and figure it out, like I'm trying to do. That's the relationship here. It's not anybody dictating to you what these things mean. That's not terribly useful, I don't think, as a teaching tool. And teaching is what I'm doing here, but not in the literal sense. It's like stimulating you to do what you need to do in your process. Okay, so the number one, the first Yama, which is the very first direct instruction, if you want to take it that way, or principle, for the entire Ashtanga 8-limb process that supposedly takes you to the number 8 Samadhi, union with the divine. Whatever that might mean. I have no idea what that would mean, but here's a way to think of that. If you take a baby step in that direction, that might be pretty good. You probably feel better, be healthier, you probably be suffering less, have less internal dissonance, and you probably be having a more positive influence in the world around you. So I'm okay with that premise, although I don't necessarily buy in that there's a way to become one with the divine, to become God. I don't know even what that would even mean. But the direction seems like a reasonable principle to work with. So you might think that the very first one would be pivotal. Like, what is it? What's that thing? What if you didn't know already what? And of course you've memorized it, I hope. If you didn't know already what that was, you might think it would be some kind of an action verb. So you need to be more loving and compassionate, or you need to work harder, or you need to have more discipline, or you need to sacrifice yourself, your sense of self, for your own benefit, for some greater good. Or you need to work on put on a happy face, that you need to be really positive and slick yourself up every day. Nope, it's none of those. The very first instruction is Ahimsa, which means, it's a negative. It means non-harming. So the way I interpret that is try being less of a jerk. Try having less of a negative influence around you and see how that goes for you. That's what I take Ahimsa to mean. And I can kind of feel that in every thought that occurs to me, in every action that I take. It's really easy to just say, am I being a jerk? Could I be a little less of a jerk in this situation? It's easy. And so for me, that kind of makes space, or creates a vacuum where things like compassion and love and good ideas and healthier attitudes or whatever just can kind of spontaneously fill in. You don't have to create that stuff. That's my mental construct of Ahimsa. See you in the next video.